Hello, I'm Max Balegde.
And I am George Clarke the third.
Or the second, because welcome to the season... What? Because I've messed it up. Because welcome...
To season 2 of the Useless Hotline podcast. Literally in the world. I don't know if it makes sense, but woo! Yes.
The Useless Hotline is a place where we help you with your queries, no matter how weird, disgusting, or embarrassing they are.
But in season 2, we don't give a shit about you. It's all about us. No, we do still care a little bit, but I'll be honest, I'm past the point of trying to help you guys. But it won't always just be us. Sometimes we'll be joined by some special little guests. They don't have to be special or little. But there will be some guests. Maybe next week. Will there be one, Max?
Maybe not. You'll have to see. Who knows what's happening in season 2. Ooh.
But let me tell you, we've got some booked and ready to go, and you may think, oh, but guys, you've had the best guests I've ever seen ever on a podcast before in my life. What? Well, let me tell you, we've been holding some back. We've got some locked and loaded, ready to go. Look at us like hamsters with our cheeks full of guests.
Yes.
Because I've got nuts. I've got guests nut right in my cheeks right now.
Me too. I'm literally leaking. Guys, if you are watching, you may notice that we are in a new set.
Yeah, if you're listening, you may hear that we're in a new set.
Yeah.
From what he's just said.
Listen to it. Listen to the new set.
I'm in a new set. It's quite lacy, and I got it from Victoria's Secret. I tell you the secret, you can take it off with your teeth.
Wait. Complete side note. Sorry to derail the episode instantly.
Yeah.
Have you seen that RD, the rapper, is making
D's
is on lingerie set?
D's.
Is that not the most bizarre thing you've ever heard?
Well, he's got the haircut of a boob, so it makes sense.
Listen, I love him.
Buzzed to literal hell. He looks like if you put a bra set on 2 RDs, then that is a set of knockers.
Very valid. Very valid. And I like him a lot. I think that he's very lovely. I've met him a few times.
Not gonna shag you, mate.
I know you. I know you've met him, and he was a big fan of you, which usually is a sign of a really, really awful person.
Sorry, Max, I didn't quite hear what you said. What did you just say?
No,
did you say
mind.
that R Double Dizzle was a fan of my schnitzel?
No. But I just think that is very bizarre. Is that not bizarre? If I was a woman and I wanted to, would I trust somebody who looks like
Would you trust RD with your knockers? I think you would. Talking of knockers, I went to Hooters for the first time the other day. Woo!
Really? Is there one in America, the UK?
Yeah. No, I flew to America just for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What's it like?
Weird, interesting, and also quite fun. Food, very bang average, but it was the sort of food that we were looking for. We'd just been to we just done a charity football game, charity tournament.
You're very
we thought, hey, in the name of charity, we'll have a look at some girls' penises. Penises?
What?
Chest penises. The chest penises.
Freudian slip right there.
The chest. I swear they were the chest penises. The penises on the chest.
That is so funny.
Some chest penises. Some chesticles.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Hey, it's
trying to tell us
2024.
I mean, fair enough.
Hooters are hiring penis chest girls.
There we go.
And we went in. It felt wrong.
Do they have the tits out?
No, they've got them in, but in a tight white shirt
is
that's
it like
a low V. And not that I was looking. And there was they had short, bright orange shorts on. And it was a hoot.
Yeah, it sounds like a hoot. Sounds like a hoot indeed. Do you remember at our after party, one of the girls, the dancers, had literally the biggest tits I'd ever seen.
I wouldn't know.
And I kept every time she'd go by. Dancing. Yeah, I'm sure. Every time she'd go by, I'd be like, "Your tits are incredible." And there's this picture of her with my grandma, and it's so funny because her tits are spilling out because they're so huge.
Was your grandma just sat on them?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, she was. Right, we need to recap. There's so much that we need to recap on, George.
Can you throw me my?
Oh. Just ignore him, Callum. Don't even listen to him. Don't even listen. Oh, he's messing it. God, Callum, just ignore him. He's so stupid.
No, my next to it.
He's cap. He wants a recap because he's a fucking idiot. I'm so sick of this. I don't even want to do this podcast
Let's recap.
Anymore. For the audio listeners, George just put a cap on his head because that is the height of comedy.
I took it off before the episode, so I thought I might need to recap.
Do you know what?
Take it away, Maxine.
Looking at you here, it's quite weird. It's giving me deja vu to being on tour, because like usually when we do the podcast, we're sat opposite each other. This is quite weird. And
it feels like I'm weirdly, I don't know why I'm going to say this, because this is going to feel so crazy and weird, because we're literally in an office right now. It feels like I'm doing like a radio show.
Yeah. It does. I mean, a podcast is kind of a radio show.
And now we've got
Julie.
Something
she's
with
grown
Linger.
a penis on her chest again.
It's so deep. Oh, God,
Yeah.
Max, I hate our audience today. That sort of vibe, you know?
Yeah. No, but we have not seen each other properly. In fact, we probably.
Where's my escape button? My escape button's gone from my keyboard. Someone's stolen my escape button.
Maybe it escaped. Isn't that what they're for?
Well, could somebody keep it under control? Maybe we could
Guys, I don't want to
get
do this anymore.
alternative key.
I'm gonna delete myself in a minute. F you. F you. No, I'm finishing this bit right now. This bit is finished. We have not properly seen each other since we finished tour.
Oh, it's been too long.
And I just feel like we firstly need to... What?
Oh, shut up
What is
immediately
happening?
with immediate effect. Shut
What
your
is
stupid
happening?
mouth. It's a new set. It's a new season.
I know. What? What? I can't see what you're doing. I can't
Time
see
to
what...
goddamn celebrate.
Oh my god! I forgot about that.
Yeah, you did. This 1 second. Any minute now.
Oh my god.
Any minute now.
Right, for the audio
Have you
listeners...
ever watched the Formula One?
Yeah, that's not happening.
George, please don't.
George, that is not
George,
happening.
please
For the audio listeners...
George, please don't.
For the audio listeners, George just got a...
George.
George just got a bottle of champagne out of the cupboard that was given to us on the last day of our tour. But yeah, I mean, I've also driven here, so I can't really drink much, just as an FYI. But I mean,
for a literal second, just
feel free to have the whole thing.
Shall I? Just a safety briefing here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Theo from Love Island?
No.
Lost sight in one eye.
Oh,
because
I only know this because when I worked at a radio PR company, I sold a story on that. Wow, to a radio station. Ah! Why did that? Oh my god.
here's to the Useless Hotline.
Oh no, I can't. I
No, of
can't.
course you can.
No, I can't. I
Open
can't.
up wide.
No,
Open up.
please don't. Oh my god.
Come
Right,
on,
okay.
you're good at gaping.
Oh,
Open.
Okay. Right. Okay.
No, open.
Please be
open.
please.
Don't sit.
Oh my god.
Open that little
I
mouth.
can't though. I'm
Go
gonna.
on.
Right.
Open. Is a good boy.
Oh, you just spat into my mouth. I feel so violated. Oh my god. I feel. Oh, you're doing it. Stop.
What a familiar
Oh,
feeling.
I feel like that's a soul.
Open.
Oh my god.
Yay! Woo! Come on, let's
Thanks.
fill up your cup. Drink. Muscle top.
Woo! To season 2, baby. Live and direct. Back
Shout
on
out-
your stereo.
Oh, you're using your tour mug.
I am indeed.
I'm using my mug that a fan made us, who's
Oh.
clearly not that big a fan because they forgot the E at the end of my name.
I've also got the one that the fan made us. Also, if you went to one of our meet and greets and you are a visual viewer or a visual listener, I don't know what they call a visual viewer, you might notice
Photographic memory.
that some of the gifts that you gave us on tour are actually scattered around.
We've got a bit of a gift
set.
gaff right now.
And
Anyone?
oh my god, there was
Look.
someone's hair in that. It just went in my mouth. What,
Oh,
why is
hell
everyone
yeah.
assaulting me? What is happening here? That's not my hair. Okay, brilliant.
How'd you put the cork back in?
You can't, you moron. Ugh. So,
Guys,
yeah.
the cork's not... The lid's not going back on.
George, the tour. How would you summarize it in 3 words for anybody who did not go and has not seen our vlogs yet?
Lots of places.
Oh, that's quite good. Actually, that's really bad, but I don't know why. I don't know why I was impressed by that. I would say
What do we do here?
fun. No, not fun. That's too boring.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Shit.
Yeah. In bag.
Shit in bag. I mean, we've literally told that story. We're not going over that again. But tour was mental. Have we done a podcast episode since it was the last show?
No, but they get what's going on. We've done 2 vlogs. We've done 2 podcasts on tour.
I feel
we
like
don't
we
need to
can...
milk. Guys, we're on a tour, right? If you don't get it, this is a new season, huh?
I feel like
that's
we should
so last season.
I feel like we should speak about the after party a little bit, because that was lots of fun.
After I went crazy. Right, I've got some...
You're so stupid and annoying and stupid. Oh,
what's happened since tour? No one gives a shit about tour. We got drunk at an after party. Who cares? You saw that on a video.
We had the best time, and basically, if we go on tour again and you missed out, let me tell you, you did miss out, baby, because everybody in the comments will vouch. In fact, everyone in the comments, comment which show you went to and what was your highlight of that entire experience. We would love to see it. Right,
and who
moving
smelled
on.
nicer at the meet and greet?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, Sweats McGee over here. It was definitely
I was pretty stinky boy.
Right. I have made a full list of things that I've got up to since I saw you last.
Okay.
Firstly, went on holiday. Secondly, discovered an artist called Chapel Roan. Thirdly,
artist, singer, or
singer,
painter?
Singer. Thirdly, looked after my sister's dog. Fourth, developed insomnia. 5, in a manic episode in the shower this morning due to lack of sleep, I contemplated going to Los Angeles and booking a flight today.
As in a flight for, like, literally leaving today?
I was to leave today.
Well, after this?
Yeah. And I've got things to do this
weekend.
Doing this? No. I freaked out. I've developed full insomnia, and it's not been great. And my mind hasn't been playing tricks on me. Like right now, am I looking at a disgruntled George, or am I just looking at a normal George? But my mind is illusioning.
My mind is telling me no.
But
my body.
Yeah, will you ask me about my things that I just
body
stated? God, can you fucking shut up?
Where did you go?
Guys, Flare Up Central right here. Okay, he's literally the king. He's on fire. You are on fire
Where
today,
did you
George.
go on Holly Bobs?
I went to Greece, Zante to be specific.
Where did you go on Holly Bobs?
When we got there, we did not realise that... Well, basically, we bought
This is
it.
right next to the party district? Oh, damn it. I guess we've got to go on a night out every day.
We booked the hotel under the guise that in Zante, there's the...
Shock, he bought the hotel under the guise.
As soon as I said
God,
that...
Whoopsie. We got guys on top of us, Andrew.
As soon as I said that, I saw that coming. Have you ever seen... Did you ever watch...
Sold away for 300.
Did you ever watch that show, The Thornberrys?
What?
The Thornberrys.
Oh, the family that move in next door to you every time you go on Sims?
No, they're the ones that like move
Lisa
to live
Thornberry.
in a jungle or something.
No, never seen it.
And there's
Too
that
busy
one
that
character and he can't speak and he just goes...
No, that reminds me of when you forgot to save on Animal Crossing, though.
Oh.
And it just goes like...
Oh. Yeah.
And then you'd have the bloke over the door going...
That guy, Tom Nook.
Oh. Nooks and Crannies.
Oh.
That was his shop
Hide your
name.
kids, hide your grannies. So yeah, in Zante, we basically went out to a bar on the first night. It was quite quiet, and then
Bars.
Literally every British person that you can imagine came flooding in. Great times,
Nice.
don't get me wrong.
How British? What sort of British are we talking?
Karaoke, off the tits, having a wild time.
Nice.
Everything that you would kind of want to avoid if you're going on a quiet couple's holiday.
Yeah, Max Balegde. Ugh.
But it was fun because people were literally like bringing us shots. There were people's like parents who were like, my daughter just said that you're Tic Tac. Can I get a picture of you?
That is a pet peeve of mine. When obviously were they trying to be funny?
No,
Or were
I
they
think,
doing it
I mean
seriously?
a little bit. I think
When
it's
pet peeve of mine
Let's
is when
talk about this.
a stupid dumb idiot boomer,
Yeah.
like a sort of like 50-year-old actor from I don't know some sort of sitcom, hops on TikTok, and you're like, oh, I remember them, and then they go like, yo, what's up, Tic Tac? Thought I'd move over from Face Snap and come do a Tic Tac with you. And it's like, oh yeah, really, really good. Well done. Literally, my headmaster said that every fucking
Exactly.
assembly.
Do you know what
And
I
I'm getting?
thought?
It's up. It's gone over the line now. Face Snap was never funny. Book shop or whatever the fuck they come out with as well.
Do you know what I thought you were going to say then? Something completely different. I thought that you were going to acknowledge something that is very niche and probably only happens to like people on social media. That when like somebody will recognize us in public, and their parent will then come over and clarify it by being like, "Listen, I don't give a flying fuck who you are, what you are.
Yeah.
I've never heard of TikTok, never heard of YouTube, never heard of social medias. I don't even have a phone. I think that you are the scum of the earth, lowest of the low.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, my daughter wants to come and get a picture with you. Is that all right? How about what? How about manners? How about I'm a human being? How about if I was... Would you even speak to this, like, somebody who was serving you in this, and a way... I feel like you would go up to a waiter in a restaurant with more respect than you just came up to me.
Yeah, and we've got so many more followers than them. When have you ever seen a waiter with a verified tick? Think about it.
That guy who... I actually met one yesterday, so big up my waiter.
No, but have I told you about that festival I went to that a whole herd of people wanted a photo, and then
surfboard one.
Something like that. No, different one.
No.
Some woman comes up to me and is like, come sit down here.
That's the first red flag.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? You want me to sit down with you? So I just like sort of crouched next to her, and she was like, I've seen all these guys get a picture with you. My son's not even here right now, but I reckon he'll know who you are. So can we get a photo? And I was like, yeah, all right. And she goes, and what'd be crazy and also quite kooky is if I just like kissed you when we were doing it. And I was hey, I've not signed up for this.
Did she actually?
Yeah, she went, kind of like we could
On
kiss
the
and we could kiss and it'd be funny. And I said no, and she goes, oh, just on the cheek. So which meant initially she was thinking
mouth.
We're lip locking right now. Twist and pulse, pop and lip lock.
Oh,
and she
big up Twist and Pulse, by the way.
Yeah, shout out them. And then she was like, oh, just on the cheek. So I said, no, ma'am. That's not how it works around here.
Yeah, get your puss out.
Then we can lip lock.
Sorry.
And then I said,
everyone, I'm sorry.
I was like, no, not happening. And she goes, oh, okay then. I guess we could just get a photo. They took a photo, and then I guess she sent it to her family group chat, and maybe they didn't even know who I was. But imagine this scenario where all goes to plan in her head, and she just starts necking off with this random bloke, send it into her family group chat, and then the kids are like, who even is that?
I just think it's so rude. Like, people do almost see us as property at points, and I experienced it a lot when I was on holiday.
This isn't location.
No. And if it was...
I'm not your holiday home.
I'm not for sale.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a thing of, like... Oh! What do you even do? My daughter's gushing over you. What is it that you do? What are you famous for? Oh yeah.
We don't like a gushy daughter.
Oh God.
Depends on the age.
Yeah.
Still not a fan.
It's just bizarre. It's like, well, if you're asking me that, why don't you ask your daughter that? She's the one who literally just said, I know that
she's
person.
the one that's gushing over there.
Or like, I have no issue if you walked over and you were like, hi, sorry, my daughter's really embarrassed, but like, she would love a picture with you. So fine. Oh my God. Love that. Yeah. Bright
Your daughter
face,
is so fine. That's what we say to them.
Yeah. Like, I'm so happy with that. But there's always, listen, I don't give a flying fuck who you are. To me, you're nothing, and you never will be. Hey. But just so you know, for whatever fucking reason, her over there, she thinks that you're someone worth noting. So, do you mind if she just comes over? And hope that you don't die soon, by the way. Like, what?
Hey, this is season 2, baby. Yeah, if you don't like it, get out. You can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen. We're here to just deliver straight hard facts. That's why we've got the machine over there.
Which one? Oh, fax machine. That was good.
I don't know if we've got one, but
no, we don't.
It could be there.
Also, if you are that one person who's in our comments of every single YouTube video, vlog, anything that we do that hates me and repeatedly, literally, I'm talking...
Amen to that.
Oh... I'm talking...
I quite like those comments.
I'm talking literally like we will do the exact same thing and they'll be like, oh my gosh, does anybody else just think that when George did that thing, it was so elegant and so normal and then when Max did it, he just ruined it. He just did everything wrong with the world. And then I just sit here and think, do you know what? Actually, I want to speak directly to you right now. If you're an audio listener, thank you so much for taking up your time out of your pathetic little day to listen to me. To listen to the person that you hate. Guess what? After every single episode ends, George walks on over here and gives me a kiss on the lips. Not you. And he never will.
Not me. Not Hermione.
You will never, ever exist in his life.
Oh.
And this, right now, is the only moment in which you will exist in mine. You are nothing. You will continue to be nothing.
You're a fool and a waste of time.
And you will continue to watch the episodes of my podcast that I co-host and love every second of it. So, big up you, except big down you.
Do you want me to stop going on my burner account then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please, if you could. In fact, no, keep it up. It's good for engagement.
Easy peasy, good stuff, squeezy.
What else have I done then? Yeah, so I went on holiday. That was really good. Just like chilled for a while. It rained one day. Big sad. Is that one of the worst things ever, by the way, when people go, big sad?
Yeah.
Because one of my friends who I love texted it to me yesterday in like this group chat, and I love her to pieces.
Which one? Name and shame.
She's called Anna. Big up Anna. She won't even hear or see
Which
this.
one? You've got two friends. They're both musicians, right?
Yes. Yeah. Both musicians.
Yeah, Anna 1, Anna 2.
Oh my God. Big sad.
They have good fun.
And she was probably being ironic, but then it made me think of people who say that unironically. And they're like, oh, big sad. And I just think, how about shut your fucking mouth? Sorry, I'm feeling quite aggressive today.
Sorry, I'm currently searching things up.
Oh, brilliant. Great one for our audio listeners. George is just typing on his phone. And he's literally shushing me on a podcast. That's really productive. Great. This is going really brilliantly. Audio listeners, George is still shushing me whilst just typing on his phone. This better be good. I'm sure it won't be. I just know that I'm not going to enjoy it. I just know I'm not.
Sorry, Chris just was having really funny in the group chat.
Oh my God. Okay, brilliant. All right, this is great. Great content.
No, I was just saying, do you believe in any conspiracy theories?
That's what you were just doing just then?
Yeah.
First of all, I only went through one of the things on my list. How about you ask me more about my life? How about that? We've not seen each other in 5 days?
Conspiracy theory. Max doesn't exist outside of this podcast or TikTok. He just spawns in for those events.
Have any of you ever seen me in person? Even the people at the tour, did you actually touch me? Were you sure that that was me and that it wasn't a hologram and then somebody jumped in?
You asking our viewers to touch you?
Yeah. Please.
Let me get in on that action.
No, don't. Wait, George, I have also heavily become onto lesbian social media, and I think I might be a lesbian.
I don't know if that's entirely possible.
Yeah. Anyone can be anything. First of all, I don't know. Yeah, I also don't know that train of logic, but let's just stay there. I am... personally, I'm not attracted to women, but everything like lesbian-y, I am currently in love with, and my For You page is filled.
That is women. That is literally loads of women.
I know, but my For You page is
filled. You're not in love with women, but everything lesbian.
No, but
that's just multiple women. That's more than one woman.
Butch women that kind of look like masculine menly are all over my TikTok For You page doing thirst traps to Chapel Roan songs, and Chapel Roan is like this like bisexual like lesbian like sapphic queen who's like one of the biggest rising pop stars at the minute. Sapphic just means like lesbian.
Okay.
Basically, I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
Sounds like something that my biology teacher would tell me to put in a Bunsen burner.
Yeah, we did have that conversation, didn't we? We did. Yeah, we had that conversation on tour. I think I said the word sapphic in the wrong context. Yeah. It just means lesbian. Big up me. Do you know who Chapel Roan is?
Chapel Road?
Chapel Roan.
That's a name.
It's only one of the biggest artists in the world right now.
Biggest butchest lesbians around.
No, she's not butch, but I have so much lore that I think that you will actually find very, very entertaining about this person. So
fill me in, Max.
She's essentially,
and then let's get on with the story.
She's a singer. She's made like really like big like pop songs right now. She's massively growing like exponentially, like very, very quick. That was a big word.
Maybe she's not on a diet. You know, she don't have to judge.
Stop.
People could be comfortable in their own bodies.
And there's a conspiracy theory that every move that she's making in her career is references to the Muppets.
Ooh.
Do you know the Muppets? Like Miss Piggy, Kermit.
Oh.
I didn't even realise that was there. Even though I put it here, but I
so
forgot.
Hot. Do you have the voice?
Kermit. Oh, Kermit. Kermit the Frog. It's Kermit the Frog here. Have you seen when Trisha Paytas does that?
That was awful.
What? Was that good?
That was actually...
What?
I don't often think that you're like... You can do impressions well, but that was...
Shut up.
Do it again?
It's Kermit the Frog here.
That was good. I don't know if I could do better.
Are you fucking for real? I was joking when Trisha Paytas said it.
Can you just do Kermit the Frog, or is it like can you just say Kermit the Frog as Kermit the Frog, or can you do
Kermit the Frog?
Yeah, but can you do more than just?
Oh
say
my god,
his
what
name?
else can I say? I don't know. Tell me something to say. Miss Piggy, I love you. Is that good?
That's so good.
What the fuck? Oh my! Why is Callum looking at me like that? Is it not good? I think that's good.
What else? Can you do more than that?
It's Kermit the Frog here, and we're on the Useless Hotline.
That's...
And there's literally Kermit the Frog behind me, and I was just talking about how Chapel Roan is referencing the Muppets, and then I learned that I can do a good impression.
Can you carry on the story as Kermit?
I'm not doing the full story. I'll do a bit.
Okay, yeah.
So Chapel Roan... Oh, I've lost it.
I don't know, I think you've still got it.
So Chapel Roan... Oh,
Yeah.
I've fully lost it.
No, you're
I've fully
still there.
lost
You're
it.
still there. You're clinging on.
I can't even remember what I was just doing. It's Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapel Roan is... No, I can't do it. I can only say it's Kermit the Frog here.
Yeah, because that's...
Like...
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna guess if it's you or Kermit the Frog speaking.
Okay. Right, this one's Kermit. For the audio listeners, this one's actually Kermit speaking. It's Kermit the Frog here. And then for the audio listeners, I'm going to say the next one. It's Kermit the Frog here.
Second one, definitely Kermit.
What? That was me.
No.
Wasn't it? What the frick?
It is wild how bad at impressions you are.
What?
It was awful, bro. It was terrible.
YouTube Kermit the Frog. Are you taking the piss? YouTube it.
Kermit the Frog. That's the Kermit. Kermit is like
What?
that.
I
That's
thought
fair.
it was actually quite good. Wait. I'm pissed off. Were you joking that entire time?
You actually thought he was being serious.
Well, he looked so shocked. I
Yeah.
thought, I was like,
Actor, that's why.
this
Hey,
is mental.
quick, take a couple of headshots. And I'm not trying to get your
that's
camos up. What?
I was trying to get Kermit the Frog up.
Kermit
Anyway,
the Frog.
so
So
Chapel
you speak
Roan.
about Miss Piggy.
Is it not more like it's Kermit the Frog here?
Oh, you've smashed out of the water again.
Is it not? In my mind, it is. I'm also thinking of Trisha Paytas doing an impression of Kermit the Frog, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyway, Chapel Roan, huge selling singer, massive, absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Release like EPs, album, whatever.
Yeah.
Songs, like different music videos. And there's this conspiracy theory that throughout her career, she's been putting in constant references to the Muppets. And people are obviously like, why would you do that? That's so bizarre.
Yeah, what Muppet?
She did she did a performance in New York as the Statue of Liberty. And then people were like, oh, she looks like the Statue of Liberty. And then people who were going on with this Muppets conspiracy theory were like, no, but her exact outfit is the same as when Miss Piggy dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. Like,
As in
to
what,
a
she
T.
looked like the Statue of Liberty still.
She looked like it, but like every detail was the same as what Miss Piggy did, which is not like an exact replica of the Statue of Liberty, if you get what I mean. And then afterwards, have you seen that meme of Kermit the Frog where he's like got a black hood up and he's like, he looks like Darth Vader a little bit.
Oh, yeah, big time, yeah.
Yes. So there's, after that set, she went to go and watch one of her friends perform and her entire body was painted green.
Nice.
And her being like one of the biggest pop stars in the planet right now, if she really wanted to disguise herself, then surely she would have got rid of all the green and like gone in a disguise or whatever. She kept the green makeup on, kept everything, but just put on a big giant black hoodie that like covered her to there. So she looks like Kermit the Frog.
Like, most people that try and disguise themselves just sort of dress up as Velma, don't they?
Yes. Do you know, right, hilarious. I'm going to the Eras tour and they were discussing, Andrew and Maisie were trying to convince me that again, well, when we went to Olivia Rodrigo, nobody like came over and was like, are you Max Balegde? Which, as you know, everywhere I go, Oh my God, the streets get filled with fans.
Everywhere I go, I
and it's
feel
just
like we're strangers.
impossible. No, really, it's really not impossible to get from A to B. But in a concert scenario where a lot of those people will be the same sort of people that would follow me, I wouldn't want to feel on edge if I'm like dancing, living my best life, and like people are taking a picture of me or like coming over and stuff like that. So we're going to so I decided to dress up as Velma.
Nice.
For Olivia Rodrigo.
Big time.
Very effective.
Truce.
One person recognized me and I was highly offended because I looked absolutely awful, but we move. Now coming up to the Eras tour, Andrew and Maisie are telling me that I need to have some sort of disguise again because this is an even bigger concert and it's during the day, so it's going to be light. But I just don't think that's necessary.
I say you dress up in a...
Kermit the Frog.
Not quite. In a costume that you only say here. If the clip does well or the podcast does well and people see it, so be it. But only people that know what the Useless Hotline is will know who you are, as opposed to everybody that knows that Max Balegde will know who you are.
Right, well, can I tell you what I was thinking of going as? So people at the Eras tour dress as a different Taylor Swift era.
Yeah.
And her most recent album is called The Tortured Poets Department. And I thought, how funny if I dressed up as Tortured Poets Velma.
Yes.
So it's Velma.
That's such an obvious choice. Why has nobody done this?
It's Velma, but she's like got a quill and she's got mascara running down her face because she's tortured. Maybe she's got one handcuff on because she's just been tortured. She's got like bruises. And she's got like a big feathered hat because she's a poet as well.
Yeah.
I think that is quite an effective costume.
Tortured Poet Velma.
Yes.
Well, you've heard it here first. If you see Tortured Poet Velma at an Eras Tour concert, that may well be Max. I'm sure it won't be every time because that is a lot of people will be dressed up as that. But
isn't the whole point that people are not supposed to know, though? You heard it here first.
You're well known for dressing up as Velma. Like, why are you going as Velma?
I've done it twice in my entire life. Why does everybody say this to me? I've done it twice. I guess because it was quite publicized when I did it.
I guess because it's quite iconic. I'm just such an iconic king.
It's so iconic to buy a really cheap Amazon wig. It's so iconic. Oh my God, I can't even control myself. Me and Andrew are getting a dog.
Getting engaged? Oh my God, him and Andrew are getting engaged.
That tight angle. It's almost as tight as... I'll tell you that later. We are planning to get a dog.
When are you getting engaged?
We're not getting engaged.
Why not? When?
Because I don't love him. Anyway, moving forward.
Do you reckon it'll be... What if you put a year on it, when do you reckon it would be?
Probably this year. Anyway, moving on. No, I don't
really?
know. No, I don't know. I don't. It's weird because we've been together for 3 years.
Who you want to propose, don't you?
I want to propose. Andrew wants to propose. Andrew has said that if I propose to him, he will say no.
What would you do if he made you put your finger in his ring?
Whoa.
I'd say, happy Tuesday night, fellas.
Fellas,
where's my mum
plural.
Here?
And mother.
Yeah. George, don't disrespect what goes down in my household. Okay. You were beaming from ear to ear last time.
But
no, I want to propose to him because I think that I would do a better proposal because I have more money. No, I'm joking. I think that...
love's measured in money, is it?
No, I think that he would actually do an incredible... I don't know, I think it's weird. It's one of these things where because I'm gay... Act shocked. You didn't know that, did you?
Oh, wait, what? Sorry, do it again.
Because I'm gay...
What?
I... always didn't necessarily grow up thinking when someone proposes to me, do you know what I mean? It wasn't in my realm of thinking. And even when I met Andrew, I wasn't I'm gonna get married anytime soon. I always thought, oh my God, because all my relationships before him were so tragic. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna ever get married because I can't keep a boyfriend for longer than a few months. So I am now just okay, I've been with him for 3.5 years. It feels like we've got a house together. We've done so much in that 3.5 years, more than some people would in 10 years. So it's
sorry, Love Island.
2 weeks in here is 4 years outside.
But that's kind of what it feels like. I'm just in Love Island. No, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know when it would happen, but it feels like people are now asking us all the time. They're doing that. You two are next. When's it happening? When you're going to get engaged?
In your friendship group, who's next to get married? You know it's you two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why people are asking. Because
they're all single. Oh, no. One person's in a relationship. Yeah, me.
Well, yeah. What?
Oh, no, like, what? I've not had a lot of sleep. I'm an insomniac. I'm fully insomniac right now. But to answer your question, I don't know. Andrew has basically said that if I were to propose to him, he would be so annoyed that he would say no, so that he could then propose to me afterwards.
Why can't you just say the same thing back?
What do you mean?
Well, I have,
but then it's like he as because
so basically
to me,
you've
it's
now
not
just
that
given the
big of a
reins
deal.
over to him.
Well, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Like
Andrew, what the hell are you waiting for? Everybody, go at Andrew and tell him to propose to Max immediately. I'd
just be so intrigued to see. I mean, I purely want to do it for the wedding. My wedding would be the best wedding ever. It would be so fun.
Yeah.
I would have the best time. So I would love to. Yeah, I just want to get married.
So what happens? What's your plan? Because obviously you don't. You're clearly not doing it traditional.
No, yeah. Well, when my sister got married, it was so much more fun because.
Are you going bridesmaids /
Well, you can do anything.
Are you going?
I was
best
my
man
sister's
each?
best man. What does that mean? That's literally taking everything out of the window. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Lesbians are there.
Wrong. Marriage is null and void.
Literally, even like my even
doesn't count. Next.
Even my Andrew's cousin who's getting married next summer. She's straight, and Andrew is her man of honor because she was like, he's my best friend and cousin. Like, I want him to do a speech. I want him to like be involved, but there's no place traditionally for a woman
place
to have
for
like
gays
a man.
at a wedding.
Exactly, literally what? So the plan would just be do whatever the hell I want.
Nice, respect.
Yeah, like if I want to have Glee play in at the wedding, you better believe I will. If I want to have the cast of Glee, despite the fact that half of them have passed away, to perform at the wedding, you better believe I will.
Oh yeah.
You could officiate the wedding.
Oh, could I?
You would actually be really good at that.
Yeah,
but I almost don't want to trust you with that
sort
responsibility.
Blow the whistle, give out yellow cards if anyone's.
But yeah, I just don't know. It feels weird that I just don't feel old enough to get married. Do you know what I mean? I'm 25 years old. I think if we did get engaged, we wouldn't get married for like 2 to 3 years after that.
Is it bad that I think it would be an ick if a girl proposed to me?
See, that's the whole thing about it, and that's where Andrew. That's the exact same mentality that Andrew has.
You are his girl.
And then I counteract that by saying, Andrew,
You're
I
my
know
girl.
I've grown breasts, but that's offensive to me. It is. Some people, it's just emasculating to them, and it's not even like they're like, bum 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 dum 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 arf 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 like men.
Yeah, so that's literally, you just did an impression of all my mates at home. That's a bit.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Oh my god, guys.
That's a bit
Side
harsh.
note: on the tour, got to meet all of George's friends. Very eye-opening, to say the least. They all like
As in, he went.
got off with each other.
Oh god. Ooh.
No, they were all so tall. You looked small in your.
No,
friend
yeah, I'm
group.
one of the smaller ones in my friendship group.
very bizarre
And by the
to
way,
me.
that's Max basically calling me a really tall person, and he's surprised that other people can be taller than me.
No, the amount of people on tour actually at the meet and greets that said that I was way
Incorrect.
taller than they ever.
Brother was in stilts, effectively. You were in Crocs that had 75-inch platforms.
I
over
wore
them.
very
them.
true.
But right, you can shut up there, the incognito microphone boy. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Hey, how
Have
about
a
you?
name, thank you
Because
very
How
much.
about you get your face on camera, then you can pipe up. Huh? How about that?
Because I literally wore them to one show, the Dublin show.
Yeah.
Every other one, I had
Dublin in
Crocs.
size.
Every other one, I had regular Crocs on
Got
that
him.
arguably have less sole than the average shoe.
Ginger
So-
spotted because we're in Ireland. Now you're bringing out that. That's crazy.
No, but yeah, everyone was saying that I'm miles taller than what they expected.
Incorrect. Just incorrect.
Oh my god, comment down below. Chat, big it up.
Chat.
Another thing that I've started is big up, and that has followed me into my daily life.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
big
not,
up was a big tour thing.
Oh,
You
I kept
started
saying it on stage, and now,
this as well.
yeah, big. I do this.
Oh yeah, I saw a
Horrific.
lot
All
of
this,
comments
I
about
know.
saying that you just stop with the hand
I
thing.
know,
'cause it's a little bit cringe.
I can't. I think I just did it like
But
2
hey, if we
seconds
stop
ago.
Max doing cringe things, what sort of personalities do you get?
And
Also,
what
I just
podcast are we
realised.
going to have left?
I just realised that this
Ruler.
this ruler has a lot in common with you.
Helix.
Helix.
I honestly thought, because there's like a gay porn company called Helix Studios. I genuinely thought, like, why are you
Why
referencing
would you know that?
And why do you know?
Why would you know that?
about that? Why would I know that? Because I'm watching it right now.
What porn do you watch?
I don't really watch it. Do you know? I thought this the other day. I don't really watch that much porn. I guess because I'm in a long-term relationship and I have someone that loves me, I don't really watch like
what
much porn
corn
anymore.
do women watch? Is the big
What corn
question.
do women watch? I think that the idea that women don't watch corn and that they don't masturbate is so ridiculous. Like, why wouldn't they?
Keep
like all of
talking.
my what?
How much do they masturbate? Keep talking.
Oh, weirdo. No, that made
About
me feel
what?
sick. I think that it's so odd that so many like straight men think that that's weird that they would masturbate.
Oh no,
but
I feel like a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people. I feel like I'm very aware that they do,
Mm.
but a lot of what I'm guessing, I've just as an assumption, of corn is very female focused. Is that then more like?
that's why I think that a lot of women watch lesbian stuff because
That's even more female focused.
I know,
Do
but
they
if
want
you
a bit of
think-
man in there?
if you think
do they watch homosexual male porn?
when I've spoken about it
Corn.
with,
Are you a woman outside who outside? Get in. Are you a woman out in this world who watches homosexual male corn? Comment
no, I
down
don't
below.
think that that's the. I
Is
don't
that a
think
thing that
that's the
happens?
thing.
Because
No.
a lot of men watch homosexual women porn.
You have to realize that a lot of corn is targeted
Corn.
towards straight men, but then there's also a lot of it that you probably wouldn't have watched for obvious reasons that is not. So they like, I mean, but bear in mind also we are two men speaking about what women do, quite ill-informed
yes,
to
yes,
start off the top. But because I've had this conversation with female friends in the past. And what I've
I've
gathered,
got female friends. I need to rub it in.
what I've gathered is that a lot of them find, even though they wouldn't necessarily want to do something with a woman,
Yeah.
except
Are
one
they
of
looking at
my
it
friends
like,
who said
"Oh,
this.
this is what I want done to me," as
I
opposed to
think
this is
so.
what I want
I
to.
think also
the male mindset is I want to do this to them. The female is I want this done to moi.
maybe.
that
Honestly,
the-
I think that we're so
Comment down below.
unable
huh?
to speak on this topic.
We need a
but
woman involved in this.
We are
We
conversation.
talking
do.
about corn on the
Women,
cob as opposed
please.
to porn on the hob.
Also, amazing, like we already knew this looking at our analytics, but going to the shows and seeing that there's literally 98% women there made me so happy. I just think that having a female audience is the best audience to have. If you think about it deeply, like, I mean, all of my...
in terms of crowd participation,
Oh my
unbelievable. You say something, everyone goes, "Woo, slay!"
Literally.
Woo, as opposed to, "Oh."
Literally though, like and as well as that, I just feel like especially like teenage girls, they really like choose something like a podcast and they really make it like part of them as
Their whole
opposed to just like
personality.
yeah, as they should. Oh my god, I just nearly did this. Oh, I'm doing it right. Oh god, okay.
Oh my god, I literally just,
Oh, right. Side note,
yeah.
something happened on our tour that really annoyed me. I brought up the topic of Taylor Swift. No.
This was amazing.
Oh,
This caught you so off guard.
I brought up the topic of
In
Taylor
a-
Swift in one of our
Remember,
shows.
he just said as well, 98% for male.
Yes.
We were at our biggest venue as well, London. 1,000 people were there. That's a big sample size. That's quite a substantial sample size.
Yes. And I was like, oh, big up Taylor Swift. And basically, in the tour, whenever I would say big up this, people would like cheer for it if they wanted to big up that thing.
Just as a sort of caveat, in order to enhance that opinion. But he once said, did some random person in the audience actually say it?
Big up the
said,
North
big
Sea.
up the North Sea.
Best thing I've ever heard
Someone
in
in
my
the
life.
audience said big up the North Sea,
So
a completely irrelevant thing in the show.
So good.
And everybody went wild. He then said big up the North Sea, crowd went wild. He then said big up Taylor Swift.
Yeah. No, and it was, people cheered, but it wasn't as loud as I was expecting, considering like that we just done like big up the North Sea and more people cheered for that. So then
did somebody in the audience say Taylor Swift shit, I hate her or something? So I went, oh, like cheer if you hate Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And it was equal / more than the original cheer.
Definitely more.
no, it wasn't.
It was definitely
No, it wasn't.
more.
It was
It was
definitely
100%
even.
more. No, it was
No,
not even.
it was
It was
no.
not
At the
even.
very least even.
I think that
Like-
I think that people saw that it was upsetting me and they cheered more.
I think it was at the very least even. and-
Listen,
A true Swiftie wouldn't do that just to piss you off, just saying.
listen.
Yeah.
Listen. I need to have a chat with our audience directly right here, okay? Because when I met
Live
my
and
boyfriend
direct.
Andrew, if you, and a lot of our audience is female, if you are against Taylor Swift, a full-on Swiftie hater, you have to acknowledge to some respect that is somewhat rooted in misogyny. We need to unpick these behaviours. Stop. Callum just raised his hand to put his mouth towards the microphone. Put it down, sir. I'm speaking to the women right now.
What's the reasoning behind it being misogyny?
Because the amount of shit that this woman has got throughout her career for literally just like dating people, writing songs.
That's jumping to the conclusion that it's because she's dating people.
I'm gonna get mad.
Can it not just be that maybe I don't like the most generic pop songs ever?
Oh! No, because this needs to stop. It's episode 1 of season 2. If we want to get an episode 2, we need to really grow up. Listen.
Hey, I know there's
artistry.
I know there's an audience out there who will drive Fiat 500s, but maybe
the biggest. Just because something's popular doesn't make it generic. First of all, okay, you are literally a football fan. If I was to call it generic. Oh, would you not say that football is the most generic thing in the world?
I would say that.
Oh, of course you would. Just fuck off, George.
I would say that.
Fuck off, George.
I think that's very...
Fuck off, George.
Because self-aware. I'm not trying to think I'm original.
I am self-aware, and I'm also aware to myself and everybody else's self that Taylor Swift is incredible. She's doing the biggest tour of all time in the history of music right now. That is not just someone that's generic. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, think of the lyricism. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Oh my god, literally straight men
How
write
the
songs.
hell do you even think of that?
Straight men write songs
I'm currently older than 22, but I'm feeling 22. I'm feeling quite young right now.
Straight men,
good stuff, Taylor.
Straight men will write songs that are literally like, your love is a cigarette and I can't stop inhaling.
I'm unsure if that is a Taylor Swift lyric or not. That could
easily... You know what? That's not even that bad.
That could easily be a Taylor Swift lyric.
I hate it here.
Tell me.
I hate it here.
It could be.
Tell me after singing that.
It.
Tell me after singing that. You don't believe that could easily just be a Taylor Swift lyric.
He knows it's true.
Kermit the Frog here. I hate it here. Listen. All that I'm saying, guys, is watch the documentary on Netflix. It changed Andrew's mind. It'll change yours. That's all I'm saying.
There's no doubt.
I want to do a watch party with you.
There's no doubt that she's
Taylor Swift's documentary that came out a couple years ago.
Yes.
I fucking hated it. I actually watched it and I disliked it even more after.
Miss Americana?
Yes.
Why?
You said she
What did you hate about it?
She was trying to get all like political and shit like that.
Yes, because it's a political climate in the world.
It's always a political climate in the world.
Yeah.
Why then and there?
But she's feeling 22.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But she's trying to get involved in something that she just does
during the
not know
Donald Trump
about.
era. She does know about it. She's very well informed in politics.
She was in her Donald Trump era when she made that.
I'm going to erupt. I'm going to erupt.
Trump era.
No,
I can't do this anymore.
But generally, hold on. Generally, I felt like she came across as like a spoiled little brat in that documentary.
How?
I would have to watch it back to be completely fair to you because I don't remember specifics. But that was the feeling I had after watching it.
What I will say is I can see why she has the audience that she does, and she clearly works very hard, and she's clearly got talent.
Agreed.
She's an incredible songwriter.
Personally, it's just not for me.
And that's fine. I acknowledge the same thing about all the things that you love. Great. Big football, kicking balls, people love, people scream. Okay? Huge industry.
Huge in G-strings.
Not for me. We need to move on.
Speaking of football, did you see the Soccer Aid match?
No, but I know I can. I bet I can name 3 people that were in it.
Ooh,
Bobby Brazier. Big up Bobby Brazier, by the way.
Nice.
Spoke to him at the BAFTAs. One of the nicest people I've ever met. Big up Bobby Brazier.
Big up Bobby Brazier.
Sam Thompson.
No.
What?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was.
Oh right, okay. Was Liam Payne in it?
No.
He's usually in it.
No, he was in goal last year, but he was told
Was he in goal?
to watch where he put those hands.
Oh my god.
No. No. He's
Honestly,
not done anything since leaving One Direction, so he's not in there anymore.
Sometimes I look.
George is on the smoke.
Sometimes I look back on my Liam Payne era and I'm like, does anybody remember my Liam Payne era, by the way? Because it was so... Listen to this, though. I'm sorry.
Let's just go my era still.
No, this is actually quite mental. I took the piss out of Liam Payne for like a month straight.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Then proceeded to get asked to go to interview at the Capitol Summertime Ball, where Harry Styles was the headliner.
Harold Stylus.
I then wrote out in Sharpie the morning of the Summertime Ball, because my t-shirt didn't arrive, the exact quote that he said: if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood that you'll never use them again. Got it memorized. Cheers, Lee. And then wore it on the carpet, flashed the cameras. Then, like Roman Kemp and everyone, people were coming over to me saying that Harry Styles' team had seen it. And then later that day, I got to speak to Harry Styles whilst wearing that same t-shirt. Oh, he's doing...
Sorry, no,
no.
I just didn't have it down on my calendar that,
that
today was...
whatever you're doing, I'm not having it.
No, I didn't
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I just didn't have it...
La, la.
I just didn't have it down on my calendar that today was Throwback Thursday. I guess we're just throwing back on, just looking back at the past today. Anything relevant that's happened recently that you're talking about, or are we just looking back? What? Oh my god, you guys! Do you remember the beep? There was a beep in my garage at this one point in time.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. What else is on my list?
Have you watched? There's a big thing that's occurred.
Baby Reindeer.
Yeah. Have you
finally watched it?
Watched Baby Reindeer?
Finally watched
Have you?
it. Yeah. Donnie Dun.
Oh my god, he actually gets the joke now.
And when I saw that that's all that it was, I was like, I hate this even more.
Yeah, it's so funny. Big thing.
Go on.
Some high
body once told me
the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Listen, hear me out.
Got
quick.
a finger and a thumb in the...
Hear me out. Before you go on to that point that you were about to say, one day can we record a song together?
Yeah, sure. So the point we were going to make was some media outlets have tipped it as rivaling Love Island this year. Oh. Of course, we are talking about Sidemen Inside.
Yes.
We can reveal, now that this has come out...
Oh my god, yes. We can. I nearly went on Sidemen Inside.
Max almost went on Sidemen. You were asked, weren't you? You were asked to go on.
I was asked to go on.
After looking at how it was been portrayed and how it turned out, do you think you would have got on Inside?
I don't know. Well,
he's normally quite good inside, let me tell you.
I went back and forth about whether to...
What are we talking about here, Max? Come on.
I went back and forth about whether to go on the show quite a bit, like over the course of a week. Mm-hmm. And I have never done anything in the Sidemen world. I know that you have. And I know that the audience is very brutal, shall we say?
Yeah, like, I mean, have you seen the
Manrika?
Yeah, Manrika's
yes.
Chloe's taken a lot of flack off the back of it.
I know. And when going into it, I knew that Chloe was going into it because I'd found out through like some people, and I knew that I knew Chloe, and she was the only person going in that I would have really known.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, Chloe's a huge name. And then when she got announced, people were like, who the fuck is Chloe Burrows? And I was like, well, I didn't stand a fucking chance.
I think unless
it was in the
Specs, Ginge, or Joe, everybody was like, "Who are these people?"
Yeah. So I kind of
Phantom actually. That's
initially when I saw that, I was like, "Thank God I did not go on this show." That was my first thought. Yeah. Like, oh my God, because I also knew Nife going into it, and I was like, seeing all the shit that she was getting for just people again not knowing who she is or like not knowing what she does, and I was like, it's wild how in they're going, like they were going in so hard just off that fact, which is like fair enough if you're going to be like, who even is this, and then move on with your day. But then to like really go in and be like, why are you even here, this person and this person and this person should have been on. I was like, whoa. So that off the bat made me think, thank God I did not do that. And then when I saw people like that Leah Holton, and like the reaction that she was getting, because
people loved her.
Well,
but hey, pretty privilege.
I mean, let's be real. Yes, she's beautiful, and that
had
like
noticed. I thought she was just a really nice girl.
Yeah, I'm
who
sure.
happened to be Australian and unbelievably attractive.
And I mean,
George, you're really putting yourself out right there.
She's literally got a boyfriend.
The thing is, I think going into it, I mean, my first thought process was, all of the people going into it are going to have way too much money and not care about spending the money. When I got sent like the full, because they sent me basically the entire layout of what the show was going to be and when it was going to be filming and everything. And like the different challenges and how like the whole structure of it worked. And my first thought was, everyone's going to spend the money off the bat because all of these people are not going to care and they're going to be more concerned about making a funny show.
Yeah, about content. Like I think that's a lot what a lot of the boys said that they were thinking about, because they went back and forth with so many different people that they were thinking about actually like getting in. I think a lot of it is about, number one, people being funny, but then also you've got to have someone that stirs the shit. You've got to have someone that would be annoyed because they want to keep things like low budget so they can win money at the end, and then they can have altercations with the ones who stirs the shit. Like, they've got to like think about it ahead of time. Whereas, because I've seen a lot of people since then be like, because there's been talk of a season 2.
Oh, big up season 2.
There's been talk of people putting things in a lot. Obviously, a lot of the Sidemen audience are throwing out names that have been on the Sidemen channel before, and ultimately then would know each other. But then as soon as you know each other, it's going to be less arguments. There's going to be less sort of like going up against.
I think it's a really difficult one because, I mean, my point in saying all that was that my thought process going into it would have been, if I was on it, to try to spend as little money as possible and play it honestly, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to win a huge amount of money, and that's nothing to be laughed at, especially when we're in like a cost of living crisis and stuff like that. So that was my thought process going in. So when I saw like that people actually respected people like Leah and Nife for not spending a lot of money.
That's what I think.
That made me feel better.
When you came to me and you said, like, you'd already said that you didn't want to do it, but you'd said to me like, oh, was that the right decision? I was like, yeah, because I feel like a lot of the audience may not know who you are, and then just it would be sort of trying to gain ground back. But I feel like the way that you would have played it would have come across quite well. But then I feel like it then 2, 3, 4 days in, when you're tired and you're not getting a lot, because I saw a thing that Joe Weller said that they kept the lights on in the hallway quite bright, and it sort of shone through the door, so a lot of them weren't getting any sleep.
Like, see,
that's when you would snap, and it could then go 50-50 on how the people perceive you.
Me under a nice, well-rested night's sleep, with a lovely breakfast and a positive outlook on the day, is a completely different person to me on 6 hours sleep, absolutely losing my goddamn mind. I literally, for the last 3 nights, have struggled to sleep. I nearly booked a flight to Los Angeles today, thinking that I needed to go to like some sort of like sunny place, because the reason why I felt like I was going insane is because it's raining. Yeah. That's not a normal thought process. So imagine if I was in a house with a bunch of people who are arguing with each other. My other big thing is I would not want to. I think that I could hold myself in a confrontation. Yeah. But I am at a point in my life where I'm a fully grown adult. I have like a house. I have like I spend time with only really people. I'm very privileged to get to spend time with only really people that I choose to spend my time with. So having like a confrontation with like one of your friends or my boyfriend is very different to a complete stranger who's going in with the sole purpose of being like, fuck you, I'm this person. Like, seeing how some of them would speak to each other, I was like, I don't even know what I would either go one route of like, this is obviously for the cameras, like, you look ridiculous, like, whatever. Yeah. Or I would try to like kind of do it back in a jokey way, but then who's to say that if I've not had any sleep and I'm also anxious thinking, oh my God, are people going to be like, oh, Max had no comebacks for this person? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like every single conflict that can happen in a show like that, there are about 20 different ways that the audience can perceive it, and you cannot predict how that's going to go.
The whole, I'm sure you saw the Joe and
when she was like, your girlfriend's getting sucking someone off or something.
Esophagus was getting bruised.
Yeah, bruising your esophagus.
Yeah. And he afterwards like confronted her and was like, I guarantee you, everybody at home right now is like, what the hell is she saying? Yeah. Like, if he said that and they weren't, then that's when you're like...
and that's where it also, I think it's difficult when somebody's saying something like that in the house where there's no outside like
yeah, so I mean, it's not even been aired yet.
Exactly, can then make people, because this was also filmed miles before it actually, like
a
2 weeks
week
before.
ahead.
Yeah,
a week, 2 weeks ahead maybe.
So like to say that, yeah, like you say, when like nobody knows actually what the audience perception is,
yeah,
that can actually also guide how the other housemates like view what has happened. So like someone being like, the audience, I know for a fact that all the audience are going to be against you right now. That would in turn make the other housemates be like, oh God, maybe I shouldn't be around that person.
Yeah.
Or maybe actually that person was, or maybe that was actually really, do you know what I mean? It's, it can go so many different ways.
I think that's what makes it a little bit different to other things though, because a lot of stuff that is similar to that is live. They're in the house when that thing is occurring.
Yeah. Whereas they can, that's the one thing that really appealed to me about the show, was that it was shot a week before, and if when it's airing, anything that maybe painted me in a bad light or maybe seemed like it needed clearing up, I would be able to do that evening. I'd be able to like go live on TikTok or post a video, post a YouTube reaction or whatever, and show myself basically explaining what has happened.
I feel like that would also, if I'm looking at it as a sort of Love Island applicant, increase your socials better.
Oh, of course. I mean, 100%.
Because
and
not only you getting it straight off the back of the show, but people could be like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking. Like Ginge, for example, was reacting to each episode, like just watching them through. Like that would have been...
Of course. I mean,
cool.
And that's what you do anyway. But it's also like I have created I look at like my job as like I have our podcast, which is like our own like little world, like we said at the emotional part at the end of the tour, which is really cringe. Won't be bringing that up.
You're doing the cringe thing again.
Oh my god, sorry. We've created like our own little world and our own little like group of people that know us in this realm.
Yeah.
And then there's also a crossover to like some of those people might also watch your YouTube videos and see you in Sidemen stuff. Some of those people might also watch my TikToks.
Yeah.
And then there's the world of people who only watch your YouTube and you in Sidemen stuff and only watch my TikToks and only know us from that separately. And then I was like, do I want like, not even do I want that audience that would come with that, but like, would that audience want me? Is that audience, that is the Sidemen audience, the sort of people that not only agree with who I am as a person, but would actually like me? Do you know what I mean? Like, you are a straight white man, but you are very different to a lot of straight white men. Do you know what I mean? Like you literally have a podcast with me. Of course you are. Like, look at how fucking ridiculous all this is. But it's like, and I'm not saying that all of the Sidemen are like, fan base are like, whoa, fucking, but a loud group of them are, because when you have an audience that is primarily men, you also in turn get the social media warriors who sit there and like do nothing with their lives, like attacking every aspect of it. And that's what worried me going into it. I think it's
because it's also just a whole loot, like no matter what type of set of eyes it is, it's just such an elevated set of eyes on it. Because like when we started the podcast, I said like I've always been quite lucky. I'd never got any hate on anything I've done. I've never said anything controversial or tackled any sort of political or anything sort of subjects on my TikTok or anything or my YouTube. But then as soon as I'd started doing like Sidemen stuff and a bit of fella stuff, I'd noticed as well, is when they were sort of reaching the sort of 2 mil, 3 mil, 4 mil view mark, is when you get people coming in that are like, don't necessarily know who you are, and then take an immediate sort of like offensive, like, why the hell are they in the video?
Yeah, they get protective over what they're used to.
Yeah.
And then like, who the fuck is this? When in reality, like, what? Okay, so they're giving some extremely large like social media people have made friends with somebody and like they're including them in that world, and there's a reason why you're asked back. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a difficult one, and there's also the side of it that I understand that the Sidemen are like more than just like YouTubers. They're literally like a production like company. They're like a institution. Like they've made their own entire thing, and everything is in their like house. They can do everything that they want to do.
I've
basically
literally came from a shoot today for them, and I can't reveal the ins and outs. But I walked in, I was like, this is. I mean, I've been on obviously many shoots of them before, but like there was like at least 20 different cameras that I could see just from where I was sat looking around. It was just like
a TV
in this little place, company, just like Campbell's on little gimbal, just like swinging around, and then like 3 or 4 cameramen roaming around as well. Everybody's obviously got a mic on, and there was at least 25-30 people in the place, all with a mic on. It's like this is like
crazy.
This is a television
it's like the
level
BBC.
production.
It's mental. So I was also wary of like, if I am going into something like that, I would want to give it my entire like being and go in there full force, knowing exactly what I'm getting up to. And I didn't want it to almost be like I was being disrespectful to the Sidemen if I went in and I wasn't like Max Balegde, who people know from the podcast or who people know from TikTok, and I was just like a bit meek and a little bit like, because I was anxious about being in front of a new audience, I didn't want that to be the case. So in the end I did decline. But I mean, seeing it.
What do you think you would have spent? Nobody in there didn't spend money. What do you think you would have spent it on? Because I think it was like.
I don't think I would have done it on like sweets.
I think a pillow was $5 grand.
100% a pillow. 1,000%. Off the bat, I would have.
Here, Leah spent £200 when she was there.
That's crazy. Did she not sleep on a pillow then?
No, evidently not. Yeah, I guess. Nifa as well, £300. Joe, I think he left after 2 days though, 11 grand.
Oh my God.
Manrika, 25 grand. Liv Bentley, 36, same as Chloe. Specs, 70. Angry Ginge, 79. Phantom, 95. Castillo, 171.
Is that the guy who was just like lying about spending money the entire time?
Yeah,
see, that's very funny. But
that's funny from the outside.
In the inside, I would be so upset.
Have you seen Joe's reaction to it?
No.
Joe left, and they had Mary Bedford, the Love Island, the sort of interviewing her and interviewing them, and she was like, "Oh, who was your sort of closest friend in there?" And he was like, "Oh, Castillo. I feel like I've left with like someone that is like a really good friend of mine. We can sort of like go back and forth. I could sort of trust him." And then she was like, "Oh, who do you think is the person who spent the most money in there?" And he said, "Specs." That doubt 100%. And then she said, "I can't reveal it's not Specs, it's actually Castillo." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." And every time that he said he didn't spend money, he actually did. There was a temptation task they did where he went in, he had a full Chinese in front of him, and I think it was like 30 grand or something if you actually went in and just ate it all. And he said he didn't eat a thing when actually he was in there and ate everything. and he was like, "Oh fuck, what the hell?" And he was going in. There's a moment I think I saw where he's gone up to the thing where he's like, "Oh, can I have a Fanta Light, please, Brev?" Gets the Fanta.
Oh, was he the one that also kept saying Brev at the end of everything?
Yeah,
that was
gets
awful.
the Fanta, turns around, Ginge comes into the area, and he sort of like switches it around and just hides it behind his back. Ginge is none the wiser, just walks past, and like nobody has any idea. Just goes into the toilet, just drinks his Fantas, and then just comes out accident nothing's happened. But also, I'm thinking, if I'm having like a Fanta or like a snack or something, I want to be eating it or drinking it on the sofa. That's when I'm going to enjoy it. If I'm just necking it in a toilet,
you're not enjoying it.
I'm not enjoying it.
I'm not down in a Fanta ever. Yeah, no, I would also burp so much.
Oh yeah, you'd be like, "Oh no, I'm not."
Yeah, literally. No, I think off the bat, I would have to get stuff to help me sleep. That for me would be the biggest thing. Like, pillow, eye mask, earplugs, and I'd be like, "Guys, look, up front, this is what I'm going to have to do from the very beginning. I understand it might seem selfish. This is the only thing that I'm gonna be spending money on, and I'm only doing it so that I am a nice person for you to exist around." And I would hope that people would actually, if I was upfront about it and like honest, and even if people were like, "No," I think I'd be like, "Listen, I totally hear you 100%, but I need to do this for me, and I can't do there's no other route for me."
I feel like that's a valid reason, especially because I know what you're like without.
But yeah, in conclusion, I kind of went back and forth about it for a while, for like a week, not that long, and really was not sure. And even like watching it, I like watched like the first episode.
Yeah.
And then it gave me so much anxiety imagining myself in there, because I was like, that's nearly was me. You don't
regret it?
I don't regret saying no, because I know where I was at in that moment. and we would have started filming the day after our last tour.
That would have been a whole.
So I would have gone from literally we're finishing on the Saturday, and then that Sunday.
Yeah.
So like our after party, my family are here. I had plans that entire week with my family. I'd booked like things to take my mum out for her birthday, and then this came up, and it was like, oh, do you want to cancel everything and also like be stressed, tired, like everything after the tour, and then go straight into filming something where you're on camera for 24 hours a day? Not really. But if like something like that presented itself in the future, I think I would be more open to it, like context dependent again. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of these people. I think where people get lost in that whole thing is being like, I need to do everything that is like big exposure. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I'm very much of the moment, especially this year, where I'm like actually turning things down if I don't feel as though it's going to serve me well, like mentally. And I think that it's important to sometimes put that forward, because for a lot of people watching that show, that will be their only impression of Manrika, of even like Leah. Like, she's massive, but when the hell are they going to see like her do something like that? Do you know what I mean? So you have to be really careful when doing stuff like that, and people's mental health needs to be considered. So I took mine and I put that first in that instance.
So they're saying season 2 is occurring, because it's gone down quite well. Apparently, potentially increasing it to 2 weeks as opposed to just the 1 week.
Oh God.
Would you, if they came back and said, look, Max, you've seen the traction that the first thing got. First episode, 10 mil views in 5 or 6 days, and it's just absolutely blown up. Would you do it again would you do it this time knowing that it would get even more?
I mean, to be honest, I said no on the first time around, knowing that it would still be an incredible show that everyone would love, and that it would be like one of the biggest things that they'd ever done.
Yeah.
So again, I think that I would definitely be open to a conversation. But I think, again, it would just be so dependent on where I'm at mentally at that time and like what we've got going on. And like, I don't ever want to like sacrifice something like our tour because something random like that has come up, and it's like, oh my God, right, drop everything's cancelled. Oh my God, like this thing that we've worked for 2 years on now means nothing because I'm going to go and do this, and it's very high risk, very high reward sort of situation, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's just such a, I can't possibly give. I guess the answer is yes.
You would.
I would. Wait, what was the question?
You would go on it. You would go on it this time round if you, if the circumstances were correct. Would you throw yourself into the deep end?
I think so. I think I would consider it, especially considering seeing another fear of mine was that all of the people that they would get on were just going to be people that are in Sidemen's videos, which I think is a good thing for the Sidemen audience, but the Sidemen as a brand, if they're trying to expand, I think that's what they were doing, wasn't it?
Got,
to
like,
try to
fan them in from America, like sort of. I think it's Jazz who was like works behind the scenes for them. Got in contact with.
Was that Made in Chelsea girl?
Yeah, so she got a lot of the girls in because a lot of the Sidemen guys didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
And obviously it's just all about personalities and how you think they would mold. So next question: who do you think would be good on there?
Who do I think would be good? People that I know.
Yeah, if you had to throw people in, if you were like, I'm going to make my perfect. So if you had to say, I'm going to make my perfect Sidemen Inside Season 2 cast, 5 girls, 5 guys, you can have whoever you want in the world.
Gemma Collins.
Reason. Yeah, Ethan said Gemma Collins.
1000% Gemma Collins. I don't think that she would do it unless they paid her a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would be worth it for them to pick. Because they're going to get, realistically, because of what they are, they're almost going to hit similar views every time. Do you know what I mean? So like I can only imagine that someone like Gemma Collins would be like, I'm not doing it for less than like 600 grand, and in which case it's like, well, no. Gemma Collins I think would be incredible in it, like absolutely incredible. Someone else who I would actually love to see is Jedward in it.
They potentially were at a shoot I was at maybe today, I don't know.
Oh really? Well, they were in one that you did recently as well, weren't they? So yeah, I think that they would be great, just because when they were on Big Brother, I mean, I'm purely thinking of people that have been on Big Brother and like how they would cope. I'm trying to think. I would love to see. Do you know? I don't think that this would happen. the idea of a twat like Boris Johnson being in a show where like it costs 30 grand for a takeaway.
Yeah.
Like based on his like awful history of just like having no respect for like working class people and everything.
Out of touch, having no idea what it actually means.
I think that the humor in that would be great, but then I also hate it when like big shows like that make disgraced politicians look like they're actually normal guys. Woo! Maybe I don't know who else.
You got to throw someone in there who's going to try and mix shit up. Because a lot of people have. I saw fella's clip said Hussein.
Oh my god!
Would be so good in there.
Have you ever met Hussein? Have you ever met him?
I've never met him.
He is. When I tell you, he's called Hussein Asif, by the way, everybody. If you've not seen him, or like you don't recognize his name, I guarantee that you will recognize his face. You would have seen at least one of his videos. I guarantee it. He is one of the most perplexing people I've ever met. Genuinely.
But would make content in that scenario as well.
Oh my god.
Would be spending everybody's money just off the bat.
I went on a trip with him, and we were there for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And off the bat, he we both like recognized each other and were speaking. He was genuinely, I know that people say this all the time about controversial people and it does my head in, but when I was having normal conversations with him, very bright, very switched on, very naturally funny without being attention seeking about it, and actually very kind, seemed actually like he was interested in what I was saying, which on these influencer brand trips can be very few and far between. Yeah. And then out of absolutely nowhere would do the most bizarre and inappropriate thing that you can possibly imagine, and then just switch straight back into being a normal person. We were on a plane going to Ibiza, I think, and this got posted all over the Daily Mail, everything. People were dancing on this plane, everyone was in the seats, and it was the crew were going crazy, what do we do? But everyone's dancing, we can't really help it. This sometimes happens on flights to Ibiza and Zante and stuff like that, but on this one it was one of the worst that I've seen on social media, and I was literally living it on the plane. He crowd surfs on the jumps on everyone and then shouts, what's that word that I probably can't even say it on line, the one that terrorists say when they're about to when they're about to
God
do
is
something.
Good
does it?
I
Well,
believe
he would shout that, and then obviously everyone would be oh, and then he'd be oh, why are you all being ridiculous? He does it in such a interesting way. I can't even explain it. When I see his videos where he's sneaking into the Grammys, I'm of course you snuck into the Grammys. After meeting him, I was there's nobody that I would ever think would actually be able to do that, but you would. Of course you would. Why wouldn't you?
The Tracy Beaker one gets me.
That's so funny.
Talking to this girl who's just got quite curly brown hair.
That is
and just
so
starts calling her
funny.
Tracy Beaker. She's chasing after
Oh
him.
my god, it's so funny. I'm trying to think of something that might have happened. For example, when we were on the trip, do you know India and Dami from Love Island? India is legitimately one of my favorite people I've ever met from Love Island, social media, everything combined into one. She has such a kind and pure heart, and you can just see when she's speaking, she's just so full of joy. Sorry, I'm not flirting with her. I don't know why I'm going so into
Literally
it.
got a boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't think I'm her type. And then basically we were all at breakfast, and he was just speaking to her normally, and then he just threw a beach ball at her face. I swear it was at breakfast, or it was when we were at the club. Threw a beach ball at her face. She'd just done her makeup, so a bit of her makeup came off onto the beach ball, and then he recorded it and was "Wait, look, she's caked in makeup. Oh my god, look how much just came off of the thing." And then immediately was oh, there we go. I'm gonna send it to Shadeborough. Shadeborough, or the Shade Room or whatever them Instagram accounts are called.
Yeah.
Post it everywhere, and it's India. What the hell is going on? And then 2 seconds later, he's completely nice and normal with her again. And I was what is going on? So it almost catfishes you into being okay, you just did something wildly inappropriate and mental, but oh, he's just nice now. And to him, it's obviously a joke. He doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
So then it convinces you that you also, in turn, shouldn't take it too seriously. Whereas if it was anybody else, that would be quite a serious thing to do. Do you know what I mean?
Something just a non-aligning sense of humor. I mean, that's maybe sort of Marika and Joe, but like that's something that would just like, especially when you're living together, just absolutely just fuck you up.
Oh my God. Like, really, truly, he is so funny. He said something to me, and it was like, he like took a video of me and was like, I'm going to send this to someone. I can't remember who it was. Like somebody who like hated me on the internet. I cannot wait. But he would do stuff that was like, right, what's like the most inappropriate thing that would definitely trigger this person that I could do right now? Yeah. I'm going to do it with the biggest smile on my face whilst laughing and like, and show you that like, I don't think it's that serious. Like you shouldn't really take it that deep. So it makes you be like, oh yeah, like he's right. Like it's not really that deep. And like, we should have more of a sense of humor about things in life and not take things so seriously. But it's just so interesting how he does it. But yeah, I would probably like, if I was going into any sort of situation like that with him, I think I would be like, please just be nice to me. Yeah, and like I will laugh along with you.
Immediately just be like, not to me.
Yeah,
please.
no.
Anybody
like,
else?
Take the piss out of me. We can have jokes, but please be nice. Because like he can also take it like to a level where it's like, whoa, this is a bit okay. I feel uncomfortable. But he would be so entertaining on a show like that. Oh my God. The idea of living. I mean, I went on a trip with him and I thoroughly enjoyed his company. I thought he was very funny. Yeah. But yeah, he does. But then I like see some of the stuff he does on social media, and I'm like, that's absolutely mental. Yeah. Like, what are we dealing with here? Like, yeah. Oh my God, he would be great on a show like that, though. I don't know. Would you ever want to do something like that? Or do you think?
I don't know. I feel like I would, but I don't know. I hate edits being out of my own hands, which is but I feel like I can get around that. Like I don't really care, but I don't feel like I say or do anything in general day-to-day life that's...
Oh, I beg to differ. You're so inappropriate all the time. I think with you, it's a similar thing to me where like we've created a situation where when we're on, like we know when to like be a nice like whatever person, and like there's so many, like if you look at your life, you are in YouTube videos which are, like you said, edited. 9 times out of 10 you control that, and that's not to say that if you were not in control of that you'd look absolutely awful. But it's like you kind of know what to say and do, and like you know like when to land a joke at the appropriate time, when to do this and stuff like that. Whereas in a circumstance where people are objectively watching you from an outside, whilst they're also hearing that like this girl has just been crying because she didn't get to see her boyfriend because of this and this, or like this girl's like, you know, her parent is really ill, and then like you could be like joking about this and this, and it could paint you in that light without there being any intention of that happening. That's where it kind of like, especially you're so used to the YouTube where it's like laugh a minute, like we do this and it's obviously going to make sense in the... Even when we were filming the vlog, there were so many times where I was like, George, shut the fuck up, like what are you doing? I watch it back and I'm like, oh, it makes sense for the vlog. And like so many times I was like, why is he like, shut up, like we're doing this thing, like we're supposed to be like, oh, we're here, and George just like whatever the stupid shit you say, I don't know. And I'd be like, what is it like in person, guys? It's not as fun as it reads on camera. So but like in a circumstance like that where it's like reality, it's different to a production where the key is, do you know what I mean? That would be like that's, I think that was my thought process.
My main worry would be my social battery lasts. I feel like this is a lot the same with a lot of people. Social battery lasts until a point, and when you hit that point, it's like there is no amount of attempted smiles that can make me seem like I want to be around you. So if I don't want to be around you, like
as well, you are very. I feel like we're quite similar in that if we're not feeling it, and it's not like we're pissed off, but if we're just like, and this happened a lot on tour, obviously, because 2 weeks non-stop, literally like being clapping seals on a stage. Like you do just have times where you wanted to be like alone, and I had the luxury of literally having my own bedroom. Woo, big up bedroom. Whereas I can't imagine how difficult it was for you just like not having that and immediately getting up and being around people, whereas I could like wake up and sit there for half an hour and be like, right, now I choose to be around people. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, are very similar. That like you literally just go silent. Like you just like don't speak, and it's not that you're like being mean. It's that like you're just like, oh no, I'm turned off. Ooh, power down.
I remember I always used to go to school, and I'd be in like a car with like my parents or whoever was driving me to school, and I'd just be completely silent the whole way, and then just be like, bye, love you. Just like go to school and be like, I feel bad for not saying anything, but also I just don't want to entertain any form of conversation right now because I just cannot.
I just don't care
bothered.
about you.
Like, and then it's like I can't be bothered. Like I'm just so like, cause especially with school, you wake up so early, and a lot of the time you're like just trying to make the most out of your evening because you've not got a lot of it, so you just end up going to sleep quite late. And then I just like I wake up and I don't want to be up. I'm just gonna.
I totally get
chill.
that, and it seems like a kind of bar humbug like way to look at life. But I am so the same as you, because Andrew will say to me like, "You just did not give that person like the time." Sometimes like if like I can see that like we're at an event or something, and like there's like these like bitchy influences will like come over, and I can so see that they're trying to like either like use me for something. I don't even know. Like I will just keep it so like nice, smiley, and like it is what it is, but I'm not going to bring it to a place of like I just hate being fake. And it's like I don't want to come and pretend that because I've met you once before we're literally the best friends in the world. Like let's get to know each other more and then we can do that. Do you know what I mean? And I find it hard at, like especially social events to like really just like be making so much conversation with every single person going. So yeah, sometimes I do probably come across as, and also when I'm with Andrew, he is so good at that on the counterpart that a lot of the time I just need to kind of respond to things that are being said as opposed to like coming up with things to say. So I don't know. I think we're also in a very, very social job that is like abnormal to meet that many people all the time that all want to like have conversations with you and stuff like that. Whereas like when I used to work in an office, I could walk into the office, walk past like my table of people at like all the desks that I shared with people and be like, hiya, just putting my headphones in now and I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt, because I feel like
if we were to show up to a shoot and go and sit in like the corner and put headphones in, everyone would be like, wanker, like you are a twat.
Yeah. Like when you're quote unquote on the clock in this job, you need to be outgoing, and like even if it's just you, it's still the sort of social battery of like and then just like I mean that's just not exactly,
especially when you're being like paid to go to a shoot or something where
such a tough life.
No, but like when it's like you know that you're there to like bring a funny element to it, then I always feel a responsibility to like off camera be like wild and funny as well with all these people that probably don't even know who I am, and it's like and like they're just like production people who are like, why is this like weirdo like still like speaking? But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I have this constant worry that people are going to meet me and be like, he's not the guy who went to Disneyland and he's not doing this. Where's his Crocs? Where's he not doing? Do you know what I mean?
God, I had some at the charity tournament the other day. Someone was like, "Oh, can I get a picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they go, also started filming and went, "Can you tell me a joke?" And I was like,
what do you do
in my head? I was
moment?
like, I don't know. I don't have like a joke just to go off the top of my head. So I mean, people have asked me it before, and I've like just tried to sort of be like, I don't know, what the hell are you doing it, and then sort of hope that whatever response they give, I can make some sort of joke out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to just off the.
That's impossible. I wouldn't
realistically,
know what to say.
Unless I've got like a whole stand-up set in my head.
You don't do jokes.
And I can give you like 2 or 3 minutes of stand-up and then you go, that's quite funny. Like, I challenge anyone to give you a single joke
on the
that
spot.
Is actually funny.
Without preparing it in advance.
No, but
like,
even if you prepare it in advance. If it's like a sort of quick 20 to 30 second, just say a joke, there's not a lot that are genuinely funny.
Just look at George's YouTube videos. Donny done.
Not cool.
Right. Do you know? Oh, sorry. One last thing. Sorry, Cal. Cal just gave us the quick switcheroo, which means Max, hurry up. I want to bend you over this desk in a minute and turn these cameras off and give you a good kiss and cuddle.
On that, I got called homophobic in the comments. Of the vlog.
Of why? Why?
It's crazy how good a judge of character our viewers are.
Guys, you hit the nail on the head. Wait, who? What for what though?
Yeah, because I know exactly who it was. I don't know. They just said, "Oh, don't you find it funny that Callum's always moody and comes across as slightly homophobic?"
I saw this. True. I've got a point to make.
Wait, can we not address that 1 second? Can I not say that Callum is not homophobic?
Callum's obviously not.
No,
Callum literally has given me open mouth kisses. Would a homophobe do that? I think
Also,
not.
in that vlog, I bent over as if you were about to fuck me, and me and him were singing "I'm gonna lick your arse tonight" to each other.
Yeah, but also like, what do you like?
I think
Cal is literally our producer.
he's
Do you expect
wrangling
him to
two
just be
bumbling
like,
idiots.
and there you were, sort of doubling up as sort of tour manager. Do you expect him to sort of be like, right, let's go onto stage, and then I'll say something to go, oh, good one, let's get onto stage. Like, no, just fuck off.
The entire reason why he does his job is because he has zero personality, zero anything.
The only part of his personality is he hates gay people.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
literally. Guys, underneath, directly where his t-shirt lines end, is full body slur tattoos. That's all that he's got. And he covers it really well. That's why he wears a hat all the time. He's bald with just slurs tattooed all over his head. Yeah, no, Callum's really nice. And if he looks moody, it's probably because we are literally bumbling idiots who he had to wrangle
who I
up
had to deal
everywhere.
with for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so please be kind.
Quick fire round.
Oh, go on.
Did you see the video of Wayne Lineker getting knocked out?
No, but I would love to. Have you read the rumour that...
That's mean. He's literally a 60-odd-year-old bloke.
Oh, wait, he actually gets knocked out.
Do you know where this is in Ibiza? I think I do know where this is.
I don't vaguely. Is someone just attacked him for no reason because he got out of a car?
Yeah, bloke's just got out of taxi.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That is mental.
Can you send that to me, please?
Yes.
That's so out of
Won't
order.
be able to be used in a podcast clip, but
Oh, can it not?
no, he's literally just gets knocked out.
Oh, send it to me anyway.
That is that is so unacceptable.
Awful, right?
He's like a 60-year-old guy.
Yeah, he's literally, I think, 67. Don't quote me
Oh
on that.
my god!
But yeah,
I would
Just gets
shag Wayne
absolutely
Lineker.
just, like twatted.
I actually would shag Wayne Lineker. I think just to say that I'd shag Wayne Lineker. Wayne, if you're out there and my boyfriend has still not proposed to me by the time that this
62.
episode comes out,
62. Bloke's been absolutely
that's
sparked out.
crazy. That he could
Just
have
leaving
died.
a taxi is all he's
He
done.
could have
Do you
actually
see how close he was
died.
to the wall as well?
Yeah,
could have
that's
easily just hit his head on the
awful.
wall.
Do not like that. Do not.
No.
And do you know what?
No matter what you think about the man or anybody for that fact,
Yeah.
don't knock people
No.
out. Not cool. Guess who the heck? Guess what the heck I'm doing on Saturday? 2 days.
I know.
Oh, what? You? Oh, wait. Premier League final.
No, Max.
Yeah.
As a friend, Max, you
Yeah.
should definitely know what he's
Literally,
doing.
Oh,
I'm-
Tough Mudder.
I'm playing in the Premier League
Tough
final.
Mudder?
Yes.
Oh
Tough
my
Mudder.
god. Okay, right. So we need to speak about this very briefly.
Yeah.
First of all, where can people donate?
There's a GoFundMe link in my Instagram. Will it be in the description?
Yeah.
Yeah.
can put it in
we
the
can put it in the description. It's also in my Instagram bio and maybe my TikTok bio, but it will be most likely when this comes out on a story on my Instagram. Go follow.
Right. So the plan is you're doing a marathon's worth of Tough Mudders.
Yeah.
In
so,
1 day, is this?
Yeah. So I found in my head I was like, if I just quote unquote, if I just do a marathon, people, it's not really going to turn any heads because people do marathons all the time.
Yeah. You could have done half a marathon's worth though. That's still very impressive.
As impressive as a marathon is, like it obviously is unbelievably impressive
Yeah.
to do something like that.
A lot of people do
won't
it.
go, oh, did you hear about Geordie did a marathon?
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something different. So
You wanted them to go, did you hear about George? He died doing a marathon worth of Tough Mudders.
So I looked at Tough Mudders and I saw what you could do with them, and it was a 5k, a 10 or 15k.
How long's a
And then,
marathon, by the way?
26.2, no,
Okay.
46.2k, and then 46.5k, 26.2 miles, I think.
Oh,
I'm
right,
not
okay,
sure.
right.
Yeah. So basically,
Even the police don't think this is a good idea.
so
Well,
basically,
let them go. And we're back.
So basically, I found out there was a thing called a Tough Mudder Infinity, which means you can do lap upon lap of the 10 to 15k course or the 5k course, and then just keep going until you want to stop. Last entry so the last lap has to the latest the last lap can start is 4:30. The first lap starts at 7:30.
Wow.
So just keep going, and the plan is to try and do a marathon's worth.
Have you done one Tough Mudder before?
I've done Tough Mudder 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe, for again for the same charity.
And
basically,
what's it
the
called
charity is Encephalitis International.
I was literally going to say that word, but I was like, I know that's got to be wrong, but it's right.
Yeah, so it's a charity called Encephalitis International, previously known as Encephalitis Society.
And you spoke about it before because that's is it an illness?
It's a...
Syndrome?
Yeah, it's some sort of illness. It's basically an inflammation of the brain.
Yeah.
So it affects everyone differently because obviously it can inflame different parts of the brain. But yeah, that's what I'm doing it for, and I'm hoping to be able to do it. I say at least, as if like at least a marathon's worth. But
it's crazy though. Right. Yeah. First of all, what happens if? Like how I can't fathom actually doing that in a Tough Mudder. Isn't there like climbing over walls?
Yeah, like climbing.
How?
There's chutes that you go through that are just like underwater. There's like little barbed wire things, I think, sometimes that you can crawl under.
Surely.
There's like rock climby sort of holds across a gap. There's another one that was water coming down on top of you climbing up sort of rock climb holds. There's all sorts of stuff. Some of them easier than others, but...
Are you fully planning, like, I am going to do a marathon's worth? Or
yes.
Would you be comfortable with, like, if you physically couldn't?
In my head, even if I feel like there's no way I'm able to do this, I will just push through and do it.
I just can't imagine a human being doing that, though. Let alone the person that I know in real life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I believe in you, George. I think you can do it.
I do. I think if anybody can, I think that you can. I think that you're going to be very determined. But I has anybody done that before?
I think I looked online. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this. I think I typed in like what's the most anyone's done on a Tough Mudder Infinity, and it was 52k or something around that, or like 58k. I can't remember what it was or how it works out. So that's
mental.
So the marathon is 42k. So if I did another lap, that would I think that would equal.
Have you ever done a marathon before?
No.
But if you how long do you reckon it would take you to run a marathon? A regular marathon.
The average male, I think I looked at this the other day. The average male takes 4.5 hours to do a marathon of just running, obviously just running.
What's your time for like one Tough Mudder?
I haven't timed. I didn't look at the time for the last one I did, but
because like I'm wondering, is there enough time in the day to do that?
I think realistically, so if I start at 7:30, the last lap has to start at 4:30. So you don't have to end by 4:30. You have to start at 4:30. Right.
So how many would you have to do before that?
I think 3 or 4 laps.
Jesus Christ, fucking hell!
So
that's mental.
Think, if I start at 7:30, maybe first one done by 10:30.
Jeez.
And then another one done by 2, 3, and then maybe get another one done before then, but then get the last lap started at 4:30. I don't know how it would work, but
I don't. That is crazy. Will you be able to like eat throughout?
Yeah, I can come out and hop back in if I want to, but yeah, I think it'll be the running is broken up obviously by having to. It's not going to be like a smooth run straight into obstacle, go again. There will be a queue of people going up to the obstacle.
Right, okay, yeah.
Just because how sort of traffic works. How someone slows down, it takes a while for people to slow down, and it ends up being a queue. Like, it's not going to be a smooth movement.
Yeah,
but,
that's wild, George. That is actually crazy that you've like seen it through to this point. Like, well done. That's crazy.
Thank you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I believe in you.
Also, I haven't run since Saturday because
fatty.
On Thursday, I'm pretty sure I broke my toe. So.
Oh God. Oh wow. Okay.
First time I've run since Saturday, having not been able to turn quickly because my toe's broken. Have you checked
your toe? Like, got it checked out?
No, but there's nothing they can do for a toe.
Oh, is there not?
They just sort of, if anything, just tie it to the next one, and just wait for it to heal.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, guys, give George some love in the comments. I mean, he would have already done it, so you would see. Oh my God, if you die.
By the time this comes out, hopefully I will have done it.
Yeah, I believe in you. Everybody manifest this and congratulate George. And it's not too late to go and donate.
Yeah, I think the GoFundMe's
What's your goal?
GoFundMe's laughed for it like forever. I think the original goal was 5k, but we hit that about a month ago, I think. So now the goal is 8k.
Oh my God.
I think I'm at about 5.5k. I'm expecting, obviously, over the weekend to be a decent influx of people going, oh, he's actually done it, maybe I will donate. And then I filmed a YouTube video, which I started filming when I announced that I'd do this. I remember you saying this. I announced that I'd do it on February the 22nd, which is World Encephalitis Day. Oh. So I've been filming since then of me doing my training, and then I'm going to film me actually going around the track. I've got 2 GoPros, I've got my phone, I've got my little vlog camera, I've got a big camera, I've got all sorts of different things to try and make sure that I'll be able to capture it. Got a chest mount, so I'm going to have one GoPro there, another one that I can carry around like that as I'm running around.
Christ.
And then hopefully when that gets posted, have another influx of a few donations.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Like, there you go. And so hopefully then we'll be able to get to a decent amount of money. But yeah, that's the point.
Well done, George. That is incredible. That is incredible. Well, guys, you know where to go to support George's charity. I don't even know what to call this extravaganza. This human torture device that he's made for himself. Go and support, give any donations that you can, and give him some love on the socials if he has actually done it, and make fun of him if he's not. No, I'm joking. I mean, what a great first episode back, George.
Yes.
We've only gone and started season 2, baby.
Yeah. And only up from here. We will be customizing the set further. We've got foam boardy sort of things that we're going to put up behind us where we can customize things. I've got, if you watched the Burnt Ships Tuck video, I've got the flag that I'm going to put up behind us of the Tuckle brothers. Some lovely person in our meet and greet gave me a Doctor Who poster, which I will definitely be putting up there. We've both been given things. Even these little froggies here are from the meet and greet people giving us presents. We've got all sorts of things that will be popped up around the studio. So when you look at Max's side, you go, hey, that's Max's side. When you look at here, you go, that is a sexual deviant side. What the hell? That's crazy.
Oh God, that's not good. That's really bad. And I will be putting the bag of shit from the tour vlog in George's cupboard over there. Nice. So any guests that are going to be here in person, smell out for that one. I want to say look out for that one, but smell. Okay. Right. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. We usually do dilemmas, but we have ran over this week. So if you would like to see us solve your many, many troublesome thoughts and feelings, then please send those in to the Useless Hotline Podcast at gmail.com. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at the Useless Hotline Pod. Make sure that you're giving us a tickle under the desk when you see us. And make sure that you're subscribing to everything that you can subscribe to. George's channel, I'm sure you already do that. My channel, you don't already do that, so literally stop being mean. I've just posted a video with George. It's really good, really funny. So big that up, chat. And until next time, love you lots.
Yeah, when you're sending in dilemmas, you send in an audio file as well to the email if you would like to be coming through our phone handset device. That would be great. But yeah, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you are notified every time we upload. Give us a 5-star rating on if you're listening to us, download us, listen to us on the go, all the good stuff. But season 2, baby, we are just starting. This is just episode 1. Woo! I may or may not be here next week, but
but this is going to be...
Guest episodes will be coming. We've got some big names on their way. Maybe some guests that you've been requesting for a while. Who knows?
Who knows? Until next time, love you lots.
Bye.